guys, and welcome to another video. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while now, but as you can understand by the title, I probably have to wait a few months to get it all together. This is a little update about my medicine application. As you guys know, I'm on a gap year and I'm reapplying and retaking some subjects as well, because I missed out on my grades last year. And so you guys have kind of seen me for the last, I've realised it's been 2 years since I've started making videos for the student room, so massive thank you if you've been watching for that long. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of keep you guys updated and in the loop. So yeah, as most of you did, I applied in October and I sent it all off. I applied to Exeter, Liverpool, King's, Bristol for medicine, and Newcastle for biomedical sciences as my backup. And yeah, that was it. The reason I applied to those unis mostly, pretty much mainly, is because that I was limited. As you guys know, I got 3 Bs at the end of my A-levels last year, and unfortunately when it comes to medicine, a lot of universities are quite strict about retakes. Most of them will only allow you to take retakes due to kind of like extenuating circumstances, or if you got like AAB or ABB first time. So it did make my life a little bit more difficult because I was definitely more limited with my choices. So from what I know, those 4 are the only ones I could have really applied to anyway. But they're all 4 wonderful universities, and as you can probably imagine, I'm not very fussy this time around. I'm very much like, someone give me a place. But yeah, so in terms of how my application has been going, so I sent them off in October. In around about November, I received my first rejection, and this was from Exeter, which I wasn't too surprised about, to be honest, because I know lots and lots of friends this year and last year applying to Exeter got rejections. And from what I understand, their application process is very much heavily biased on predicted grades, and this is something which I can only predict myself so much. I think it's ridiculous to predict myself something which I don't think I will achieve. I understand it to be kind of how do you explain it? Something that's aspirational, but still realistic. I'm not going to say 3 A stars when I don't think I'm going to get 3 A stars. Last year I applied with 3 A's. This year around I'm applying with A star AA. Partially because I suppose I've given myself a whole year to revise, so hopefully my grades get better. And B, I think because I am a resitting kind of student, a lot of universities will kind of see me. I have to be more competitive basically, because of my situation. But yeah, so from what I understand, that was the reason that they gave me back for the rejection, that because of my predicted grades, it wasn't really reaching what they needed. So I was like, okay, I kind of expected it. And it was my first one in November, so obviously I was quite upset, but I wasn't end of the world upset. And so that was about November time. December came along, and I remember I was having this awful day at work. It was just a very stressful day, and I was back in the stock rooms, and I was just really very emotional. And I remember sitting there and I was pretty fed up, and then I suddenly get a beep on my phone, and then I checked my emails and it said there's an update to your King's application, and I was like, okay. And I was honestly, the pit of my stomach was feeling I don't know what this is gonna say, and very, very fortunately it said King's interview, and I can't explain to you how happy I was. I was just thank you so much. That was genuinely all I could feel. And I was so happy. And yeah, I received that around about kind of first week of December, and my interview was for the 31st, I think, or 30th of January. So yeah, that was a really great kind of almost like Christmas present. It was brilliant. Then beginning of January came along, and a few weeks into January I got, unfortunately, a rejection from Liverpool. This was something that was really frustrating me, because I was I kind of was hoping for at least an interview from Liverpool. In terms of their reasons, I completely do agree with them, to be honest. Their reason for that was saying my personal statement didn't show enough caring details in it, which at first I was no, that's not possible. I've done this and this and this, and I can count so many examples. But then I did read back my personal statement, and I do agree with them. I think it is very difficult for a resitting applicant because you have to talk about why you're resitting, then you have to talk about this gap year and the amazing things you're going to do on your gap year and explain why, link it back to medicine. And so yeah, as you can imagine, I had to take out loads of stuff from last year in order to put all of this stuff in, which is annoying. But you know, that's how it is. And so I got that email around about 2 weeks before my interview for King's. And that was really hard. I think that one really hit me because it was like, this is a university I thought I had a chance at. Okay, I don't. And bear in mind, Bristol was my only rejection last year. And so I was sort of in a place of, I think I'm going to get rejection from Bristol. All I have right now is my King's interview. And in terms of how my King's interview went, obviously that was on the 30th of January, so a few weeks after. I got there and I was really lucky because a friend of mine who's also resitting and on a gap year, who I'm quite close to now, he also had an interview at the same date, so we met each other beforehand, pretty much went through, like, he was on station 4, I was on 3, so we pretty much did the whole thing. But honestly, when I came out of my King's interview, the first thing I said to him was, I'm so happy London Bridge is nearby so I can just fall off it, because it honestly felt dreadful. I don't know whether it's just because I hadn't done an interview in ages, and to be fair, all of my interviews last year, especially if you've watched my Newcastle video, I came out of that and I felt just drained, I just felt battered, I felt, if you watch the video from last year, I literally am sitting there like, that was awful. That's how I felt about King's. There were moments in that interview where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here, why am I sitting here? I'm clearly not giving you a great answer. And you know, I found it quite tricky. Some of them I was like, cool, I think that had a good vibe to it, I don't know, but I think like most people, when you come out of an interview, you can't really judge it. I feel like with most of my interviews last year, Southampton was the only one which I was like, that was a solid interview. With Manchester and Newcastle, I remember coming out like, why did I say that? Why didn't I say that? Why did I do that? And you're just so critical, but you're just, yeah, you don't really know how it went really. And that's how I felt about King's, and that's a really scary place to be in, especially because a few weeks after that, I got a rejection from Bristol. Which was to be expected, I think, just because Bristol is so, like, I wouldn't even say specific, it's just because they look at personal statement, which is such a subjective thing. It's so difficult to kind of judge a good personal statement. And based on my rejection last year, I kind of was expecting that. Even though I had changed aspects of it, I still felt like, I was like, I just don't think this is Bristol level. Like, I was just, yeah. So that for me was, I mean, all of those rejections were low points, but that was a really low point because it was literally a point of, I have nothing else. I've just got to hope that that King's interview went well. I have no idea if it did. And it was just a very scary place to be in. And, you know, I didn't tell anyone, like not my friends, not my family. I kind of just kept it together. And I was just like, you know, I cried for ages, and it's just the idea of, this is something you've really wanted, and this is your second time around applying for it, and if you don't get in, then it's, what do I do in September kind of thing. Like, I had my backup, which is biomed at Newcastle, which is great. It's not what I want to do. I want to do medicine. This is why I'm doing this all over again. And yeah, it was just really frustrating and really, really hard. And then last Friday I was in the kitchen and I was cooking as per usual, and then I get a beep on my phone which is saying, you've got an update to your King's application. And the feeling in my stomach was just horror. Like, it was a feeling of, do I want to see this? Like, usually I don't get the feeling of being sick, like that's something that doesn't really come to me. That moment I had that feeling. And my sister was just kind of watching like Pointless in the background, and I'm just there like, I don't know if I want to see this. I don't know if I want to like look at this. Is this, I don't know. And I clicked it and it said, congratulations. And it said, you have an offer. And that moment, I can honestly say, you can probably imagine it was like one of the best moments of my life. I was so relieved, I was so happy, I was jumping up and down. My sister was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I got an offer. And I'm literally rolling on the floor of my kitchen crying. It was just happiness and relief, and a massive weight being lifted, because I was in such a tense position. Like, even if I did get the grades, why does it matter? I'm not going to go study. So it was such a scary feeling to be in, and getting that offer was like the best thing in the world, basically. I know, and it's weird because I think back to last year where I was getting offers like this. Like, my first offer I was super happy and excited about. Second, third, I didn't even care about them. Like, I was happy and excited and treated myself, but I didn't really understand what it meant. This year I'm on the complete other side where I've straight up got rejections like this, and I was holding on to this. I needed this, which is a complete opposite situation to last year. And so I definitely feel so grateful, and I'm so grateful. They got back to me in a week and 2 days, which I'm so happy. They could have longed it out. They could have made me wait a month. I would have gone crazy, but they could have done that. So, I mean, to whoever was on that King's kind of, the little station people, thank you so much. Honestly, with all my heart, thank you, because it's given me like a lot more hope. Because I won't lie, it was such a scary place to be in when you're like, my future is looking uncertain right now, and now there's like a glimmer of hope. And as some of you might not know, King's is my first place because I love London and I want to stay in London. And also my friend who had the interview in the same day as me also had an offer, which is great. We could go uni together. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm so happy now. I'm so happy. I've just got to stay determined. It is an A-star AA offer, which is a little bit terrifying. And I'm sure loads of people are going to be like, you didn't get 3 years last year, why are you going for an A-star AA offer? Firstly, I didn't really have a choice. Secondly, I think I could do it. I'm hoping to get an A-star in maths, and I'm literally pushing myself so much and actually probably putting in the effort and understanding it, and I'm doing a lot less. Last year, I don't understand how I was doing half the things I was doing. This time round, I'm very much at home 70% of the week, and yeah, that's it. That's my goal right now. That's my vision. And I'm in a much happier, kind of relaxed kind of place, and it's just a lot nicer. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that to you guys, because you guys have always, lots of people have been asking. But yeah, I'm very happy, very grateful, very relieved, and just ready to get the grades and to hopefully make it work. To any of you guys who are still waiting, I really do honestly wish you the best of luck. I know the place you're in, it's scary and you just want to know. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck and hope things go well. And yeah, that's everything from me, and I shall see you sometime soon. Bye guys. Bye.